So, welcome to the lyric,
Thank
Tangled
you.
Feet. So the piece is called Inflation. Can you tell us a little bit about the show?
So we're making a show that's going to happen on a bouncy castle because Tangled Feet are really interested in using different equipment and staging solutions. We thought the bouncy castle's got a load of potential for this, and we also wanted to make a show that addresses the financial crisis, or our public response to the financial crisis and our government's austerity programme that's come about as part of that. And the two kind of match up quite well because there's all these things that the bouncy castle allows you to do or gives you potential to do, which is about volatility and rise and fall and collapse. And so, I mean, that's the nature of the experiment.
Yeah, we're using that environment to be able to physicalise things that are happening in the markets. And we have been, this very morning, we've had a financial expert in the former trader who came in to explain to us, you know, the way the markets work, and gave us a lot of things, information about terms like volatility indexes and derivatives trading and all that kind of stuff. And seeing how that can actually be physicalised is very interesting for us. So we're doing quite a lot of research into what is eventually going to be quite a dynamic, physical, probably quite silly show.
That's interesting. I was going to ask next, actually, what. So you've obviously had this guy in talking to you about, you know, the financial sort of market, and you're using a bouncy castle. What's your sort of process of making a show like this?
Yeah. So we're a devising company, so we don't have a script. So everything is kind of a series of experiments, and then finding the most potent and the most interesting performative moments that come out of those experiments. So this week we're mainly researching, and it's partly due to being in a rehearsal room that's too low ceiling to get on the bouncy castle yet. But it's also about, you know, realising that we need to do some put some real foundations in place and expand our knowledge of these issues. Because, you know, we've realised day one the level of ignorance that we, like most people, have about financial mechanisms. You know, how are interest rates related to inflation? You know, what is a hedge fund? We don't know the answers to these, or we have very sketchy ideas. So this week we've mainly been so far filling in and trying to learn, and it's kind of, you find yourself swimming into this vast sea of knowledge and opinion that sort of ever expands. But it's good to have a starting point. And then yesterday we did clowning. So we've been learning about finance and learning about slapstick.
So the process will be sort of very much about like gaining information from which to improvise, and from those improvisations we'll start to put the structure of the piece together.
Yeah. So we've got 2 weeks R&D now. So this is our first week. Next week we get the bouncy castle out, and we'll start to try and combine the ideas and the knowledge and the suggestions that we've the potent imagery that we found in our research with physical stuff on a bouncy castle. So we'll have a week of, you know, much more bouncy experiments next week, and then we've got a final week to make the show, which is the week in June, and that'll be. I mean, it's always very much like making a jigsaw puzzle in the dark. You know, you've made some moments. You know that bit's amazing. That's probably the climax of the show. That might be the beginning. That sort of seems a bit like an end, and you create small moments and then fit them around each other and run it and then see what happens and then do the whole thing again.
I think, you know, research is a very important part of the Tangled Feet process. I mean, although we end up with not a lot of text and not a lot of speech, the movements and the physicality that we use is very much informed by a lot of thought and a lot of background checks and a lot of background information and about our own learning process as individuals when we go into making a show.
Because otherwise you don't make anything resonant, you know.
I think the strength of the shows that Tangled Feet do make is because they touch important issues and touch important moments of humanity within those vaster issues, and make shows that people can relate to, you know, on a very human basis. That's what I found when I've been watching them, and now that I'm working with them, you know, I still have that kind of love and that joy in that process.
It's what we're aiming for.
Yeah. So Tangled Feet have made work for the outdoors before, haven't they? What are you most looking forward to about performing in the square here?
The square's great. The thing about so this show we're performing it in the Lyric Square, and we're taking it to Greenwich and Lockman's International Festival and Watford Imagine Festival and Latitude Festival. The really exciting thing about the square is it's the only platform out of those where your audience won't be expecting a piece of theatre necessarily. You know, we found last year when we did the Hyde, and we found previously when we made Home and took that to High Streets, there's something really interesting about an audience that is an office worker having their lunch or someone just doing their shopping and stopping to see something that's totally come out of the blue for them. And it helps you, making performances for spaces like that helps you be really rigorous as a theatre maker, because that audience can leave at any time, and if you don't speak to them, you know, they'll speak with their feet and walk off.
And also this area is a very vibrant area. It's very they've got a lot of mixture of different types of people in here. So if we can make something that can connect with that mixture of people, and that, you know, we've been doing our job right. And that's an exciting challenge.
Definitely, you find it kind of being a bit of a crucible, you know, and if you can make a piece of performance work in front of an audience that haven't got no investment in being there, can leave at any time. If you can compel them to stay and watch, it means you're saying something interesting. So that's the challenge, and also the risk. The challenge is the risk.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
And lastly, have you got any festival survival tips?
Yeah, it's all in the collective. See, Tangled Feet are really good at this. We always go, and there's always a lot of us, and we always do this thing of going, right, okay, we're going to do a mass shop, we're going to have all our breakfasts together, we're going to we're going to get a gazebo and erect it in the middle of all of our tents, so that when it rains, we've got somewhere to go, we'll have a big flag. It's about joining your resources together as a group, and as you do that, that would be my festival survival tip. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was nice to speak to you.